Assalamu alaikum, everyone. Inshallah, this message finds you all safe and healthy. Now, this message is geared particularly towards people who are living alone during this time of lockdown. It may be an even more of a unique experience because there is no one else in the home to interact with or engage with, and so the feeling of isolation may be magnified for people who already live alone. So here are some tips to help navigate this time and to help you maintain at your best mental health. First of all, our mindset and outlook on everything has such a huge effect on us. What we tell ourselves, the perspective we put on any situation, it really colors the lens through which we look at everything. So if you are a person who is living alone, it's important to make a distinction between being alone and being lonely. You might think that automatically you should be feeling lonely because you live alone, and that's not technically true. Often, if you've ever been in a group of people that you don't really feel understand you or you don't connect with, you may have experienced feeling loneliness when you're in a big group of people. Or if you've been at an event that maybe wasn't your choice to go to or you didn't really feel like attending, you realize that often feelings of loneliness can occur when we're in very large groups of people and among many others. So don't automatically assume that you're going to feel lonely just because you live alone. It's likely that if you are a person who lives alone, you're comfortable with your own company and you know how to navigate time by yourself. Now, one of the first things that you can do to help reduce that feeling of isolation is this is actually a wonderful time to use social media to help you connect with others. A lot of the time, people just scroll on Facebook or Instagram and they just kind of read other people's comments and so on and so forth. But this is a time to actually stop the mindless scrolling and reach out and connect with people. Is there someone that you have been meaning to reach out to or reconnect with from a different part of your life? Somebody that's an old colleague or an old school friend, a family member that lives in another country, things that you've been meaning to do that you haven't had time to do, and now you have the time. So go ahead and write that letter or send that message. I know people, and we're doing it in our own family, that have rediscovered the forgotten art of letter writing. It is so wonderful to actually go to the mailbox and find a handwritten letter. There's so much thought and time and love, and it's very different than just receiving an email or a text message from somebody. So instead of just using social media just to read and be a bystander, go ahead and get involved. There are many groups for people either who are living alone or groups of people who are local to your community or have shared interests that you have. So you can go ahead and join one of those groups, and that way you will already have a built-in community that you can be part of. You can have daily conversations, and that will help you to feel connected with others around you. Also, you can go ahead and be the one that arranges FaceTime calls or Zoom calls with your family or friends. You can have a weekly day when this is the day that I talk to this person, or this is the day when this group of friends and we all Zoom together. There's Zoom, there is an app I believe that's called House Party, there is just regular old FaceTime, and probably many other ways to do video conferencing that I'm not familiar with. But make sure that you take the initiative. Even if nobody else is setting this up, go ahead and do it. You could start a book club. This is a great time where you may have a little bit more extra time to read than you did before. You could reach out to some of your friends or colleagues and see if anyone else is interested in reading the same book as you, and then meeting up on a weekly or bi-weekly basis to have a discussion around the book. Another thing that it's important to do is when you're living alone and there's nobody kind of checking up on you or seeing what you're doing, it's sometimes easy to get lost into binge watching a TV show and really not getting up maybe for a number of hours. So it's important to set yourself a limit of maybe how many episodes of a show you're going to watch, or setting a timer so that you know I'm only going to be on my phone or staring at a screen for this amount of time. And so you keep yourself accountable when there isn't anyone else to keep you accountable, and make sure that you're limiting your exposure to whatever it might be that you're watching for entertainment or news or any of those things. Another thing that leads on from that is perhaps set a timer on your phone so that you're making sure you're getting up and moving your body. Once again, when you're by yourself, it's easy to sit down and start doing something and not get up for many hours later. So set a timer on your phone. If you own an Apple Watch, they give you these reminders to get up and walk around. They tell you you haven't stood up in this many minutes, or you haven't met your daily exercise goal. So it's very important to have those reminders to get up and move your body. If you are fortunate enough to have a balcony or a backyard, or able to take a walk somewhere near where you live and get some fresh air, that is even better. Make sure you are getting outside, seeing the sky, taking a short walk, even if it's just for a few minutes. I hope that's helpful for those of you who are living alone. Please remember, I'm available. Your friends and family are available. We are all in this together. Feel free to reach out if you need to talk or you need support. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum.